Let's take a look at how women are treated on the Senate floor.
Are you willing or are you not willing to give him the authority to be fully independent?
With the senator suspended, the chair is going to exercise its right to allow the witnesses to answer the question, to provide the witnesses the courtesy which has not been extended. The senator will suspend.
To filibuster.
A person who has exhibited so much hostility to the enforcement of those laws.
The senator is reminded that it is a violation of Rule 19.
Mr. President, I don't think I quite understand. I'm reading a letter from Coretta Scott King.
She was warned. She was given an explanation. Nevertheless, she persisted.
I appeal the ruling.
Objection is heard. The senator will take her seat.
Now let's take a look at how men are treated on the Senate floor.
The majority leader looked me in the eye and looked 54 Republicans in the eye. I cannot believe he would tell a flat-out lie. But what he told the press over and over and over again was a simple lie.
A man who never served himself will be cursed less with his cancerous leadership.
You'd think that seeing yet another example of a woman silenced by male senators would convince most that the Senate has two sets of rules for the different genders. Yet many on the right remain stubbornly unwilling to acknowledge that a male-dominated government led by a pussy-grabbing misogynist would exhibit sexist attitudes towards women. And yet, they persist. But to me, and most with a grip on reality, it's as obvious as the low IQ of Eric and Donald Trump Jr. or my frequent need to, well, stare at nothing whilst taking an Instagram photo. No, really, you can check that out. Women senators are still having to fight for equal treatment. A couple days back, Kamala Harris became the most recent example of a female senator being told basically to remember her place. That place being, oh, don't raise your voice at a helpless man who was clearly having trouble answering a straightforward question. While grilling Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein at Wednesday's hearing, the junior senator from California was shushed by Richard Barr, the Senate Intelligence Committee chairman, who essentially told Senator Harris to pipe down and be courteous. Oh, do you mean like this?
Then why are you not answering our questions?
Because I feel it is inappropriate, Senator.
What you feel isn't relevant, Admiral.
Oh, no, you mean like this, right?
Do you lack the knowledge to answer my question, or are you refusing to answer my question?
Wait, so I'm confused. If it's appropriate to throw the rulebook at Kamala Harris to remind her of her courtesy, shouldn't that same rulebook be thrown at male senators who have aggressively pressed witnesses for answers? Does the courtesy not extend to them? Or does it only apply to Harris because she is expected to be polite and respectful? Maybe she should have asked her questions more, I don't know, indirectly, you know, just to minimize the discomfort of the honorable gentleman doing whatever he could to dodge her questions until her 5 minutes ran out. But this selective treatment recalls another female senator who experienced the same belittling treatment after hurting some other rich white guy's feelings. Back in February, the same book of selective Senate decorum was tossed at Elizabeth Warren when Republican snowflakes took issue with her quoting Coretta Scott King. You remember, right? When Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell was so triggered by Warren's citing of these opinions about Jeff Sessions that he turned to the Senate's arcane and rarely used Rule 19 to silence Warren.
The Majority Leader.
The senators impugn the motives and conduct of our colleague.
A rule that states that senators may not directly or indirectly by any form of words impute to another senator or to other senators any conduct or motive unworthy of unbecoming a senator. A rule that Mitch McConnell is all too familiar with because he refrained from invoking it when Ted Cruz accused him of blatantly lying to his colleagues and the press, saying, and I quote, McConnell is willing to say things that he knows are false. I don't know, but that sounds to me like he was directly impugning you there, mate. And he was using his own words, not quoting that you're a liar from someone in the past. No, he was calling you a liar to your face. But because he was a guy, you kept Rule 19 tucked away in your nice cowardly pocket. The same pocket that other male senators left their copies when examples like this happened.
Will be cursed less with his cancerous leadership.
So let me just put all this in perspective. Elizabeth Warren quoting words from a letter was enough to trigger these male senators into addressing something other than their afternoon golf game. But blatantly calling someone a liar or ripping another senator for his cancerous leadership is not considered impugning a colleague. And on the issue of setting things straight, when a woman presses for an answer, she is silenced and told to be courteous. But when a guy does it, he's allowed to unleash the full wrath of his manliness. Well, let's everyone just take a moment to spare a thought for these guys whose delicate sensibilities were so upset when they were pressed to stop dodging and answer questions from, dare I say it, a woman. But when you melt that easily, well, I guess that's why they're called snowflakes. Follow me on Instagram at Francis M. Maxwell and on Twitter at Francis M. Maxwell. Also share the video and you know what to do.